Hello there, lovely. Welcome or welcome back. In today's video, I am going to talk to you about dry January and offer you a different approach to the month of January that will give you a higher chance of not drinking on the 1st of February. I've worked with countless women on a one-to-one basis, and this is the advice that I give them. And it's not about finding enough willpower to fight your way through it. It's certainly not about counting the days. It's not about finding alternative drinks or anything like that, because I firmly believe that giving up alcohol, particularly for midlife women who are grey area drinkers, can be the most life affirming and freeing decision that you can make for yourself. And the advice I'm about to give you is the advice I give to clients when we first start working together. So, first things first, get yourself to the doctor, get yourself checked. They know your physiology, they know your medication. They will probably tell you, because you're a grey area drinker, that it's okay to stop, but you need to be sure that you are keeping yourself safe, not just for you, but the people that you love. So go to your doctor and get checked. And that is the basis of every kind of video I ever do or anything I ever put out there, is get to your doctor and make sure that you're safe. When you start dry January, I know many of you will be thinking about the idea of hopefully staying sober much further beyond that. But very often the whole willpower thing wears out, or you get overwhelmed by the whole thing and it all starts to feel like it's just too hard. What you need to know is that in that first 10 days, your body is going through a detox. The first 48 hours, alcohol will be out of your body, but for around the next 7 to 10 days, you will feel a bit rubbish, essentially. You'll be feeling lethargic and headachy and dehydrated. So, my advice for your first 10 days is to take a gentle, relaxed, chilled as possible 10 days, so that you give your body a chance to start the healing process. And keep your expectations at a reasonable level. Generally, your sleep will not improve until a good couple of months after you've stopped, because I know many of you, your sleep is disrupted, and that's it's really annoying. But your body will take some time to heal from your disrupted sleep. In those 10 days, apart from, be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, drink water, have the over-the-counter pain relief remedies if that's what you need. But the most important thing is to nourish and nurture yourself in as many ways as you possibly can. This is something we're not very good at. We think it's selfish to take care of ourselves. But in order to start changing your relationship with alcohol, which is really what you need to do to let it go out of your life, you need to start cherishing who you are and not cherishing alcohol. So doing things for yourself that make you feel wonderful, whatever that might be, will help you to feel like letting go of alcohol is actually worth doing, because what I'm doing now is so much lovelier. I discovered that one of my things is writing. If I get to the end of a day and I'm a little bit tired, even if I open the laptop and I can write all day long, and I can read, and I like to walk at the beach, and that resets me, brings me back to myself, and I feel like I've done a good thing for myself. Now, I've been sober since 2017, so alcohol's very much in my past now. But I know when you're at this January point where you've kind of wound up all your motivation and to be ready, if you're not prepared for that 10-day period, it'll be really easy to slip back into drinking because it can feel very overwhelming. So think about what it is you would like to do instead of drinking that would make you feel like, queen of the world, or make you feel like you are being delicious to yourself. I had one client who invested in some good quality pajamas and dressing gown and slippers and body cream and shower gel, and would take a shower as soon as she walked into the house instead of drinking. And it was like a full body reset. And she felt amazing, and her skin felt amazing. And that just shifted the whole tone of the evening. For you, it might just be have a cup of tea and sit quietly. Whatever you choose to do, I strongly advise that whatever it is, you do it for you and you do it alone. I think we're very good at giving out our time to the whole world and not taking time for ourselves. Give yourself a little bit of time to allow your body to heal and to think about what alcohol means to you. If you'd like a little bit of support with that, I have a 10-day reset course that will help you start to think differently about what it is that you're doing and support you through those first 10 days. So the next thing is, if you're not using willpower, and yes, you can start to introduce those habits, but what is it you're doing next? How do you sustain that? And the way that I teach this is to use 3 letters, MLT. And that stands for most loving thing. And it's to remind you to ask yourself, what is the most loving thing I can do for myself in this moment? The answer to that will never be to drink. And the real answer will be have a nap, have something to eat, have cake, have healthy protein, deal with your physical cravings either way, but is to do something that is good for you. Hydrate, get a hug from somebody, go for a walk, take the dog for a longer walk, whatever that might be for you, but do something that is more loving for you. The answer will never be to drink. And if you'd like to find out more about my approach, I have my book on Amazon, Most Loving Thing, which is a midlife woman's guide to alcohol-free living. To me, giving up alcohol is the best decision that you'll ever make for yourself. And it works if you start to be kind and loving towards yourself. Alcohol's not that important. You're way more important. And putting yourself first, I know there's some of you feeling a bit uncomfortable right now because I said put yourself first. But sometimes in order to make this big change in life, it's a significant change. Taking care of yourself is really, really important. Once you've gotten past that first 10 days, I would encourage you to then start thinking about what new habits would I like to have in my life around that time when I'm drinking. It could be, starting a new hobby. I wouldn't advise doing anything too big. Like, say, for example, I know everybody starts doing exercise in January, and that's fine if you are somebody who has regularly exercised in the past, because that is a habit and a thing that you do that you're very comfortable with. But if you're a lazy sloth like me, if I started doing exercise while trying to give up alcohol, it's it's guaranteed to be too overwhelming, and either one or both are more likely to just go in the bin. So I would say just do this one thing this month, but start to think about, what is it that I would like to spend my time doing? What sort of things, when I'm feeling a little bit better, would I like to do? And it could be just a few weeks of exploration, just thinking about, what would I like to do? There's probably something that you've always wanted to do that you just immediately dismiss because it's just because you've been drinking and it's not achievable. Without alcohol, it's possible. And that leads me on to my last point, which is to dream. Dream, my darling. Start writing down your dreams. I know that drinking, especially if you've got alcohol in you at the moment, that living the perfect life or living a better life feels like somebody else's life, or some kind of Instagram perfect influencer that you're never going to achieve. But I know from working with women that their dreams have been achievable. I've worked with women who've started their own business. I know women who have started writing courses. I know women who've started personalised aromatherapy blends. I know a woman who eventually wants to go and have a cottage in France with some chickens. We've all got dreams. I'll tell you about mine some other time, but I know that we have ideas and feelings and stuff that we would love to do that we've all put to one side for lots of reasons, some of which is that alcohol is a great dream drainer completely. It makes you so couldn't care less and let's just get through another day. But it's also because, we've maybe got families, responsibilities, and aging parents, and, very, life has become very kind of overwhelming. Work maybe not as satisfying anymore. We're dealing with the menopause. There's all sorts of influences into your life around this midlife that makes thinking about dreams seem fanciful. But if you, and I think it was, I'm going to read this to you, Henry David Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams, live the life you've imagined, and as you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. And that is true. That is what I am doing, one step at a time. And if you think I'm talking nonsense, imagine that you are talking to a child or somebody, your child or somebody that you adore and love, who are telling you this is what they want, something from their life. You are going to be all in. You're going to say to them, this is what you can do. This is how you can do it. You should go for it. You're amazing. That's the conversation that you need to start having with yourself, because you are amazing. The fact that you are doing all of the things that you are doing and drinking is amazing. You've done brilliantly considering the alcohol that is running through your body. It changes so much about you, and not for the good. There are so many different things that you can do in your life, and I would really encourage you to start thinking about what life can be like for you and those that you love without alcohol kind of buzzing in your ear like a fly. It's a nothing. Alcohol is nothing. You are everything. And I really want you to start January, if that's when you want to start, thinking about who you are and what you want from life. Doesn't have to be January. It can be the 22nd of March or whenever. It really doesn't matter. But start to think about who you want to be. You don't want to be this drinking woman because you wouldn't be watching this video. Think about who you want to be. What is it that you want from life? It's certainly not going to be 5 years from now wishing that you'd stopped 5 years ago. It's start living your life now and forget about alcohol because it really isn't that important. I know that if you take this endlessly kind and patient approach with yourself, take the most loving approach to giving up alcohol and changing your life for the better, you are increasing your chances of succeeding in living a sober life massively. So I hope that's given you a little bit of inspiration. There's also a craving reset free guide for you in the description box below. So check that out along with my book and my website. It's all there. Let me know how you get on with Dry January. If you've got any specific questions, let me know. You can message me privately and just take a different approach. Start thinking about you and what your dreams are and see how the world starts to change for you. All my love, always. Take care.